Alright, so what is Brainpop all about? It's a website that has a bunch of different stuff on it. You can see divided by subject, science, social studies, English, math, engineering and tech, health, and arts and music. It's even pretty current because you can see right now tornadoes that are going across the south. That's their featured video. So pretty cool. Go ahead and go to social studies, where I've spent a lot of my time using. And here we go. So social studies, how people behave in society. Not a bad definition. Lots of different topics. You have culture, economics, famous figures, geography, government, U.S. history, world history, and then free movies for those who do not have a subscription. I'll go to U.S. history, since that is what I use this for. And we are about to see the massive amount of videos they have. 60s folk music, Abraham Lincoln, Amelia Earhart, American Indians, American Revolution, Andrew Jackson, etc., etc. Covers all time periods, covers different events, covers social history, political history, war, lots of different stuff. And I was really pleased with the different things that it covers, the spectrum. So you can see some of these. Ooh, World War II, I use that one. And I'm going to go to the Cold War video that I used, and then when it loads, it says click here to play the movie. And so I'm actually going to let this play for about a minute. If you don't want to really just hear what's going on, fast forward a minute, but this is just to give you some basic ideas. And here we go.
Moby, still not talking to me, huh?
Oh, and apparently there's like a storyline with these two characters. I don't really know what's going on, but the kids laughed.
Well, I guess I'll just have to do this movie all by myself. Dear Tim and Moby, what was the Cold War? Did it happen during winter? From Squid. First off, the Cold War had nothing to do with temperature. And it wasn't exactly a war, either. It was a 40-year standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union. Oh, so we're talking now? The Soviet Union was the country that included Russia, the Ukraine, and a bunch of other countries too. The United States and the Soviet Union were allies in World War II. But after the war, the US and other Western nations thought that the Soviets, led by the dictator Joseph Stalin, would try to spread communism all over the world. Well, communism is an economic system where all wealth is distributed evenly, built after World War II.
And it keeps going and going. The arms race, space race, Korean War, Berlin Wall falling, and overall it has a pretty good summary of the Cold War. So usually I would play a video and we would take a quiz after. The quizzes, however, got a mixed feelings about. Let's actually take a look. So pop quiz, let's go with graded quiz. How did the relationship between the U.S. and Soviet Union change in the decade following World War II? And then you have your 4 questions. And so let's just say that's B. During World War II, the two countries were allies. Afterwards, the countries were enemies. Yeah, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. So let's just go back to the Cold War. Problems that I had with the quiz. I began to see that students were having a pretty difficult time on them, and even my cooperating teacher said that the quizzes were a bit too difficult for his liking, that they were more geared towards high schoolers. So I decided to create my own quizzes, and I would do those through PowerPoint and have students create finish the quizzes that way. Anyways, this is the activity page. Just has some suggested stuff. This one is vocabulary. Nothing too fancy here. And then there is timeline parts of the Cold War. And so the supplementary stuff that I've played with hasn't been the greatest, but the videos do offer good summaries for Brainpop. And like I said, I used the Cold War, I've used the Civil Rights Movement, the Vietnam War and World War II, and quiz scores have been pretty good. It's just a good way to summarize what you do in class. And I do look forward to using this in the future. You need a school or a class subscription, so not exactly sure what I'm going to do about that. I don't know. But here's just an example of culture, a different thing. Ooh, bullying, cyberbullying, chocolate. Interesting. And just different stuff that may not necessarily be classified as history or government, but you know, socialism, not socialism, what am I talking about? Sociology, psychology, maybe more elementary school social studies kind of stuff. So just very interesting website that I've used and I've liked. Like I said, the activities that they suggest aren't the most higher level critical thinking type activities, but the videos I've been pleased with and the students like them. So this is Brainpop. If you have any questions, feel free to comment.